The Nintendo Switch. Did I say "oh my bad"? I didn't mean to offend your bitch. There's defense mode switching to attack mode. And let's get into perhaps my favorite console of all time. Now, this may be clickbaitish, but from the first very words you heard me say, you already know what console I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about the Nintendo Switchity Switch. Compared to the Wii U, which is one of, no, without a doubt, the worst Nintendo consoles ever came out. The worst Nintendo console they ever had, even worse than the GameCube. Because the GameCube had a bunch of disappointing games, but also had a couple good games. The Nintendo Switch, I mean, the Wii U, well, I mean, as far as good games, they had okay games, they had decent games, they didn't have great games. Even the GameCube, at least had something in there. They had Metro Prime, that blah, 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 blah. Nintendo Wii U on the other hand, people pretending 3D World was the greatest thing when 3D Land was better. Zelda game never came out till the Switch came out. Smash Brothers that was another one I talking about the Wii U. My last video, Nintendo freaking Smash Brothers can eat a freaking gonorrhea infested penis, man. Screw that freaking no story mode, just a bunch of random characters. Ooh, gives a crap, screw out. And the online sucked. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch. Now, Nintendo Switch started out with a bang because when I got the Wii U sucked so badly, I almost stopped being a Nintendo fan. I already had my PS4, and I'm like, screw Nintendo. And then they came out with the announcement, the rumors. Nintendo NX was so freaking rampant for so long. Every low info that came out, freaking Game Explain was freaking releasing a video every 5 seconds. Then finally, we freaking get the reveal. That commercial, that memorable commercial that we all love and enjoy. And then Nintendo, once that game console came out, I pre-ordered it because I had money at the time. I pre-ordered the damn thing. I was like, I'm gonna give you a second chance. You only effed up once. Come on. Even though they've been kind of messing up since the GameCube, but the Wii was actually good, decent despite the stupid gimmick. Switch finally came out. They came out for the bang with Zelda. Zelda Breath of the Wild is the first Zelda game I ever beat. Because before, Zelda was just nothing but puzzles and puzzles and more puzzles and puzzle. Zelda's cool and all, and I love Zelda, but freaking the puzzles sometimes get overbearing. It's like, can I just swing my sword at someone and kill it? And I never beat a Zelda game. The closest game I ever came to beating was freaking Twilight Princess, because Ocarina of Time I was way too goddamn young. Couldn't figure out all those puzzles. There was no internet at the time, so I never beat that. Majora's Mask, eat shit. Majora's Mask, freaking 3 days. Even one of my friends, a diehard Zelda fan, beat every Zelda game in the freaking universe. He couldn't even beat Majora's Mask. I had to beat it in 3 days tops. What is this, Pikmin? The Pikmin followed that, stood up. Whatever. Then, so Twilight Princess, the closest I ever got. I got stuck. Eventually, stopped playing it. But Breath of the Wild is the first Zelda game I beat all the way to the end. A lot of people say, yeah, because it's the easier one. Is not. The reason why I was able to beat it, in my opinion, is because it was less puzzly and more like adventure and which was Zelda supposed to be anyway. But all that stupid puzzle thing was all boiled down to the shrines. Just boiled down to shrines here and there. And freaking, and then you just go on and do your thing. Which is, in my opinion, Breath of the Wild is the Zelda game that I always wanted. More adventure-y, less puzzly. There's big puzzles and there's small little shrines with little puzzles, but it's not too much of a big deal. So someone like my diehard Zelda friend, he doesn't like Breath of the Wild because of that. I do. I am now a full-fledged Zelda fan. I'm not just a guy who just admires the freaking series from afar. I actually play the game and beat it. It's a beautiful thing. Then Super Mario Odyssey, for the love of God, I thought I would die when I was saying Mario 64 is my favorite Mario. But we finally got a Mario better than Mario 64, in my opinion. God damn it. My favorite Mario game now is Mario Odyssey. Because all I ever wanted was a game kind of like Mario 64, but like, with more, more to do, more to explore, blah, 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 blah. But damn, they finally did it. Because, freaking Mario Sunshine kind of went in the other direction. They kind of went more linear. You can't solve whatever stars you want in whatever order. You have to kind of do it their way. The Galaxy went even more linear. The 3D Land and 3D World more linear. Like they went in the opposite direction. Finally, we get a more open world, just like what Zelda just did. A more open world Mario, except in Mario's case, they always been open world from the get go, and they only went backwards. So they finally, after all the years, they finally say, "Hey, let's go back to what worked in '64." They like to say Mario 64 and Sunshine, but it's mostly 64. It's pretty much Mario 64 on steroids is what Mario Odyssey is. And that was my favorite. My favorite Mario. I played the game from beginning to end. Never had as much fun as I had playing that Mario game. Cause Mario 64, I had was one of my favorite games of all time. Freaking went through it, went crazy. Fucking trying to get all the stars and everything. And this game is even more. They have moons, but there's even more moons to get in each stage. The levels are even bigger. There's even more to explore. Just when you thought you figured out everything, you're still like, how the hell is there any more moons in here? And you have to keep, the fun of the game is trying to figure it out without looking it up on the internet. And it's freaking great, man. And then they have the old Mario 64 stage, but like in their way now, the newer version, and all the different costumes you can put on Mario. The stories, a little more fine-tuned, with Bowser, and you have to fight a freaking dragon. And then you can also have these little 2D parts where you can be 2D Mario for a little bit and then go back to normal. And then, of course, the main thing, which is throwing your hat at these enemies and being able to become your enemies. Freaking crazy. Being able to become your enemies and use it to, help you move around in the particular stages where the particular monsters are. To be able to freaking get the moons. And then you get enough moons, you can just fight the boss carrying on with the story and then continue getting the moons. The game is my favorite Mario game, okay? It's everything we ever wanted in a Mario game for 64 on steroids. That's all I ever wanted. They did it. My favorite Mario game, without a doubt. 64 is a great game, but it's outdated. It's kind of clunky when you play it. Mario Odyssey isn't clunky. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's great. It's everything you like about the other Mario games, like Mario Sunshine with the gimmick, except this gimmick is a lot better than freaking spring water or freaking mud or shit or whatever. They don't say what it is. They just kind of leave it to your imagination. It's brown. Think about it. But this was great. Mario Odyssey was just fantastic. The gimmick is better. The gimmick's better than Sunshine. The worlds are even bigger and more fun to explore than Galaxy. It's just the best Mario game, period. And then the other games. ARMS is my favorite Wii Sports game was Wii Boxing. Being able to swing your arms around and punch them and all that stuff. And they turned it into a video game finally with ARMS. Original on your IP. Now the game could have done with a freaking story mode. But as far as the game, when I was playing it, fun as hell. Whether you want to play it on your controller or actually do the whole Wii Sports thing with the motion controls, fun as hell. Bomberman, I never played about Bomberman before, but I actually got into it. It was actually a lot of fun. A great little side game. A little way too expensive when it came out. But a fun little, side game to play if you have friends. I wish I had friends, but if you had to play with someone or whatever, just freaking fun, trying to figure out how to blow each other up and everything. I got that game first. I got Setsuna on there too because I never even knew Setsuna existed until I heard about it on the Switch coming out. And that game was actually real good. I hate this stupid ending with I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't even screw it. The girl dies at the end, alright? The girl dies at the end and they kind of do some love story with you and the main character. The main character is silent, of course. Can't talk. Just the guy in a suit. The guy in a night suit. But it was a good game. That's not really a Switch exclusive, but I didn't even know it existed until it came on the Switch. I didn't even know it was on PS4. So whatever. Then Splatoon 2 was much better than Splatoon 1. I like Splatoon 1. But Splatoon 2 was even better. Splatoon 2 didn't really do much different, to be honest with you. I just gave you a new story mode and did exactly what Splatoon 1 did with all the, different guns and all that stuff to play. But they also added an extra mode that's fun, being able to team up and defeat a whole area of those squid things. So adding that, even though they should make it just 24/7, I don't know why it's only certain times you play that. But then also having the split where there's always a tournament every few months or a month or whatever, where you all get to pick either ketchup or mustard or anime or this or that or this, all that crap. And that's actually pretty fun too. Splatoon 2 isn't revolutionary, but it's what we got in Splatoon 1 with a little more extra stuff. And remember, a lot of people didn't have the Wii. So rather than just giving it to us remade like they were Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 2 just did what they already did and just added some new stuff that actually makes it more fun. So in my opinion, Splatoon 2 does the job, baby. Not a perfect sequel, but definitely a good sequel. More the same. The last console people barely had anyway, so who cares? Mario Kart 8, I always wanted a battle mode of Mario Kart. I haven't played Mario Kart since Mario 64, to be honest with you. I haven't played another Mario Kart since. So Mario Kart 8 came on the Wii U. I got it, but it didn't have a battle mode. The battle mode's still just pretty much the same stages, except when you could get boxes, you could get balloons or whatever. But this one, not only did they add a battle mode with their own particular stages, but they added like a whole bunch of other modes, getting coins, cops and robbers, where you get to be the cops, the other half gets to be the robbers. Balloons, of course, which is traditional, but a whole bunch of other stuff. And playing that thing on online is addicting. Splatoon 2 or Mario Kart 8 battle mode online, most addicting online games I've ever played in my life. I wish we could freaking talk to each other with our headphones and I could call someone a faggot when they beat me. But besides that, it's two of my favorite online games I've ever played in my existence on this planet. And then let's go to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is the Xenoblade Chronicles, my favorite Xenoblade Chronicles to date. Had a cool story. They did the whole, boy meets girl story. But it was actually pretty interesting. He started off with just a guy in a random island that's trying to salvage things in the middle, deep in the ocean to get money for his village and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, he gets into this. So he gets called in to do this one big raid somewhere to get something. And he goes to these other guys that he don't know. Then he gets freaking stabbed and killed. And then the girl is able to save him, and then end up like, oh, since you saved my life, I'm gonna take you to the tree, the world tree that you want to go to. Blah, 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 blah. I forgot what it's called the Aegis or something like that, whatever they're called. But whatever, the whole thing, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is my favorite, and even the DLC, I'm actually liking the DLC a little bit more than the original game, because there's a lot of meat to that story. And there's only like 40 members of Monolith Soft was working on Xenoblade 2. Everyone else has to go work on Zelda to help with Zelda for Nintendo, which is one of the reasons Nintendo bought out Monolith Soft in the first place. Like, hey, we can really use these people in the future. And shit, they're putting them into good use now. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was way better to me than the first Xenoblade. The first Xenoblade was alright, but this one, this one to me the story was more meatier. Had more meat to the bone. Rather than just, humans versus machine, this one was about two Aegis, one evil, one good, and blah, 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 blah. Not a bad trying to get to the world tree, so before, all these Titans die. I like it more. And to think about it, 2018 wasn't good. I already made a video about that. Stronger 2019, because 2018 was freaking Cardboard City, Nintendo Labo. That was the big thing for 2018. Kirby came out, which is good, but it was too fast and too easy. And then I don't want to get into that again. I already made a video about 2018. Nintendo was good. Hopefully 2019, because Nintendo was better. We get the Shin Megami Tensei, the Fire Emblem, the Animal Crossing, the Metroid that's supposed to eventually come out, the supposed sequels to Mario and Zelda. Smash Bros. Already came out, Mario Kart already, Deluxe already out. Eventually gonna get a Splatoon sequel. But then Nintendo keeps getting a little more third-party games, like Mortal Kombat supposed to come and all that stuff, I think. I mean, Nintendo could do no wrong. Being able to take these games portably. And I'm a guy who mostly plays his games, I mostly play my games on my TV. But being able to take... I don't really go out anywhere, pretty much, besides work. So it doesn't really bother me to actually take the console anywhere. But when I do have to go to places, and having a Switch on me kills time greatly. Waiting for my car to get fixed, taking a few hours to play my Nintendo Switch. It's a beautiful thing, man. Nintendo Switch is the bomb. I never really was into handheld gaming, but Nintendo does it right. Being able to play your home console games and take them anywhere, you can't beat it, man. You just can't beat it. No other console on the planet can beat that. Besides having better graphics, you cannot beat it. Cannot beat it. Someone needs to use the TV. Perfect. Let me just take the switch out the dock. Let me go and lay on bed and play for a few, as long as I want until I'm tired and go to sleep. You have a boring ass night job like I do, where none goes on, none's going on. Freaking just there in the dark. There in the dark. Just freaking take your Switch, help kill time. Have to go be somewhere and wait a few hours for some stupid shit. Maybe the DMV, maybe your mechanic, maybe a mechanic situation for your car, maybe whatever. You have to wait on the bus. Freaking bring your Nintendo Switch. I help you kill the time. All your favorite handheld games that you always wanted to play on your console is now coming out for the Switch. Like Pokemon, Bravely Default, all these little side games, all these games that always come on the handheld. Now all the developers are gonna come on games for Nintendo Switch, and those handhelds that you usually only play on the handheld walking around. Now you could play it on your freaking home on your big ass TV. All the home consoles you ever wanted to play on the go because you don't have enough time or someone's taking up your TV or whatever the hell in your house situation. You can now take that shit with you anywhere. You can go put it on another TV. You go put that shit and play it around. You have to go somewhere, take the freaking console with you, man. You cannot beat this, man. Nintendo always ruled the handheld console gaming and didn't really ever since PlayStation came out hasn't really done anything in the home console until the Wii with that gimmick. Nintendo Switch combines both gimmicks. They combine the Wii's gimmick of motion controls, and they combine the fact of home and handheld consoles. You can play both of them. You can play handheld games at your home, and you can play your home console games on the go. And one of the reasons for that was because it's becoming too troublesome to make games for handheld and make games for the home console. And they have to keep dividing their divisions, dividing their people, and dividing the developers to make games for either the home console or the handheld console. And if they focus on the handheld, the home console's going to suffer. If they focus on the home console, the handheld's going to suffer. It's like, fuck it, let's just combine it. They tried to do it with the Wii U, the technology wasn't there yet, it was probably too expensive. They did their best to kind of make one. Didn't really work out. They finally was able to do it 5 years later with the Switch. And son, we got one of the best consoles ever made, boy. The fact that they were able to combine all the divisions like that, just to make one console that's going to be both handheld and home console. Because the handheld, they have no competition. Let's face it, they never had any competition at handheld, except maybe for the mobile games on the phones and everything. Besides that, they have no competition. So it's like, we already own that space. Why not just continue that and also try to combine it with the home console to make us profitable there too? Because they're better off having a successful handheld and home console like they with the Wii and the DS. But that was pure luck. That was a pipe dream. That happened when they first made the Game Boy all the way up until the Game Boy Advance and all that stuff. So able to keep them up on the home consoles are kind of slacking. Slacking, I mean slacking. Slacking, that's what I'm talking about. But once they got to the Wii and the DS era, that was just pure luck. And then they saw the very next generation, they fucked up on both ends. They did everything they can to save the 3DS, because that's where they always were profitable. But then the home console suffered like a mother. So then now they just combined it, and it's a great thing. We have a lot of great games. 2 original games like Splatoon and the best Mario Kart for me is now 8 with a freaking battle mode. Just I haven't having too much fun online for me to say 64. Mario Kart is better. So some of my favorite of the games came on the Switch. My favorite Mario Kart, my favorite Mario, my favorite Zelda, my favorite Xenoblade. Freaking ARMS is a freaking good game, and they have a lot of good games on there, boy. They have a shitload of indie games too. If you ever want to even get it to that department, whole bunch of indie games that are great. I don't even have time to get into, but the abundance of indie games, some of the best Nintendo games on the console. Many games to come, many sequels, a whole third-party support, bunch of original games coming out. Games we never had, like Shin Megami Tensei and all these other games, and Fire Emblems are coming out with their stuff. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, baby. I am the attack mode switching back to defense mode, and this is perhaps my favorite console of all time.